Letter 75 by Charles Lamb. PM Deck 13 1800. Don't spill the cream upon this letter. I have received your letter this moment, not having been at the office. I have just time to scribble down the epilogue. To your epistle I will just reply that I will certainly come to Cambridge before January is out. I'll come when I can. You shall have an amended copy of my play early next week. Mary thanks you, but her handwriting is too feminine to be exposed to a Cambridge gentleman, though I endeavor to persuade her that you understand algebra and must understand her hand. The play is the man's you wot of, but for God's sake, who would not like to have so pious a professor's work damned? Do not mention it, it is to come out in a feigned name as one Tobbins. I will omit the introductory lines which connect it with the play, and give you the concluding tale which is the mass and bulk of the epilogue. The name is Jack Incident. It is about promise breaking. You will see it all if you read the papers. Jack, of dramatic genius justly vain, purchased a renter's share at Drury Lane. A prudent man in every other matter, known at his clubroom for an honest hatter. Humane and courteous, led a civil life and has been seldom known to beat his wife. But Jack is now grown quite another man, frequents the green room, knows the plot and plan of each new piece, and has been seen to talk with Sheridan. In at the playhouse just at 6 he pops and never quits it till the curtain drops, is never absent on the author's night, knows actresses and actors too, by sight. So humble that with suit he'll confer or take a pipe with plain Jack Bannister. Nay, with an author has been known so free, he once suggested a catastrophe. In short, John dabbled till his head was turned. His wife remonstrated, his neighbors mourned, his customers were dropping off apace, and Jack's affairs began to wear a piteous face. One night his wife began a curtain lecture. My dearest Johnny, husband, spouse, protector, take pity on your helpless babes and me. Save us from ruin, you from bankruptcy. Look to your business, leave these cursed plays, and try again your old industrious ways. Jack, who was always scared at the Gazette, and had some bits of skull uninjured yet, promised amendment, vowed his wife spake reason. He would not see another play that season. 3 stubborn fortnights Jack his promise kept, was late and early in his shop, eat, slept, and walked and talked like ordinary men. No wit, but John the Hatter once again visits his club, when lo, one fatal night his wife with horror viewed the well-known sight, John's hat, wig, snuff-box. Well she knew his tricks, and Jack decamping at the hour of 6, just at the counter's edge a playbill lay, announcing that Pizarro was the play. Oh Johnny, Johnny, this is your old doing. Quoth Jack, why what the devil storms a brewing? About a harmless play, why all this fright? I'll go and see it if it's but for spite, zounds woman. Nelson's one to be there tonight. N.B. This was intended for Jack Bannister to speak, but the sage managers have chosen Miss Heard. Except Miss Tidswell, the worst actress ever seen or heard. Now I remember I have promised the loan of my play. I will lend it instantly, and you shall get it, 'pon honor, by this day week. I must go and dress for the boxes. First night, finding I have time, I transcribe the rest. Observe, you have read the last first. It begins thus. The names I took from a little outline G gave me. I have not read the play. Ladies, ye have seen how Guzman's consort died, poor victim of a Spaniard brother's pride, when Spanish honor through the world was blown, and Spanish beauty for the best was known too in that romantic, unenlightened time. A breach of promise 3 was a sort of crime. Which of you handsome English ladies here, but deems the penance bloody and severe? A whimsical old Saragossa for fashion, that a dead father's dying inclination should live to thwart a living daughter's passion. 5 Unjustly on the sex we 6 men exclaim, rail at your 7 vices, and commit the same. Man is a promise breaker from the womb, and goes a promise breaker to the tomb. What need we instance here the lover's vow, the sick man's purpose, or the great man's bow? 8 The truth by few examples best is shown, instead of many which are better known. Take poor Jack incident, that's dead and gone. Jack, and see, and see, and see. Now you have it all, how do you like it? I am going to hear it recited. As one Tobbins. The rehearsals of Antonio were attended by Godwin's friend, John Tobin, subsequently author of The Honeymoon, in the hope, on account of Godwin's reputation for heterodoxy, of deceiving people as to the real authorship of the play. It was, however, avowed by Godwin on the title page. Jack Bannister, the comedian, was a favorite actor of Lamb's. See the Elia essay on some of the old actors. Miss Heard was a daughter of William Heard, the author of The Snuff-Box, a feeble comedy. Miss Tidswell, by the irony of fate, had a part in Lamb's own play, Mr. H., 6 years later. I have not read the play, meaning probably, I have not read it in its final form. Lamb must have read it in earlier versions. I quote Mr. Kegan Paul's summary of the plot of Antonio. Helena was betrothed with her father's consent to her brother Antonio's friend Rodrigo. While Antonio and Rodrigo were at the wars, Helena fell in love with and married Don Guzman. She was the king's ward who set aside the precontract. Antonio, returning, leaves his friend behind. He has had great sorrows, but all will be well when he comes to claim his bride. When Antonio finds his sister is married, the rage he exhibits is ferocious. He carries his sister off from her husband's house and demands that the king shall annul the marriage with Guzman. There is then talk of Helena's entrance into a convent. At last the king, losing patience, gives judgment, as he had done before, that the precontract with Rodrigo was invalid and the marriage to Guzman valid, whereupon Antonio bursts through the guards and kills his sister.